yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
What is going on, everyone? Let me just turn my volume down there. Happy Tuesday or Monday, wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are all doing well. Sorry, I forgot to change. I was running a bit late. I was making a coffee. I forgot to change the title of my live stream to Tuesday 17th. So, sorry for the confusion. All right. So let me just double check my audio, guys. Give me 2 seconds. All right, we're good. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? Not much. It was a US bank holiday yesterday, so price action hasn't really moved too far. We've kind of just coiled up and down, and price kind of finishing the day. Not much volatility across most pairs. You can see, looking on the right here, 0.02 on EuroCAD, for example. Price hasn't gone all the way up to maybe the biggest mover on the FX that I've got between the minors and majors was 0.52% gain, which isn't too bad, but yeah, not much activity. So looking at the trade we took yesterday on GN, guys. So obviously we saw how price is just bouncing in this range, making lower lows, lower highs. Our overall bias was short. And we actually made a nice move to the downside. I just get rid of this channel, just hide it real quickly. Yeah, so our entry was over here. So if I go 9 a.m. So we entered on the daily candle, which is this 9 a.m. 15-minute candle here. So that was our entry. Price kind of went to drawdown, and then we started going into profit. Retested a 15-minute, so an intraday level that was acting as resistance, then turned support. And now we have this kind of downwards trend on the intraday chart. Not that I pay much attention, and I'm not going to make any trade management when I'm trading the daily. I'm not going to look at the 15-minute and make any trading decisions. It's just to see kind of what price is doing. If you can get price to if you can get a higher time frame play work out on a lower time frame, then you're going to get a better confirmation bias in what's happening. Open MT4 here, guys. So 291 floating profit. You can see our GN trade right here. Just call it break even. It is slightly in profit. We're up about 15 pips there. NZD JPY, we got 227 pips floating there. We're gonna do some trade management on this when the candle closes. AD JPY, same thing. We are 167 pips in profit. Euro NZD, 195 pips in profit. Euro USD, 300 pips in profit. So we are definitely making some moves with this trade. We're gonna go over US oil now. Like I said, it was a US bank holiday yesterday. So if I just jump over here and show you guys the calendar, make sure. Yep. Yeah. So obviously today's Tuesday. We got whatever currency that is. Let me just filter that out. Yeah, the rest can stay. All right, better. We got GBP red folder event coming out today, and a few kind of overall orange medium impact news events. Got CAD news. So CAD will affect oil prices essentially in a fundamental way. Hopefully, I believe. Okay, that was rude. Hopefully we can get some type of fundamentals lining up with our technicals and push oil lower. But if that's not the case, so be it. I'm not going to be too mad about that. And we also got some JPY high impact news coming out tomorrow as well. What time is it? So it's tentative, so there's no real time yet. So I'm actually not going to be trading tomorrow. I'll be off the desk as it is my wife's birthday, so I won't be. I'll be out and about, and I'm staying in the city tomorrow night. So will we be back Thursday morning? I will be streaming Thursday, but it'll probably be later on in the day. So we'll catch up on everything that's happened through all these news events. If you follow me on my Instagram, I post updates throughout the day on what's happening with price and everything. So if you want to keep updated, you can go follow me over there. What else have we got? And we got some high impact USD news and some medium impact news across the board this week. So quite a big week in terms of medium impact news. All right, cool. So now that we've gotten all that over the way, I doubt we're gonna have any signals present. I actually haven't kind of gone through the market yet. Like I said, I was running a bit late this morning, but let's check out some US indices, and I want to check out Bitcoin. Now, I am gonna take a trade potentially on Bitcoin. I don't recommend taking a trade when there's nothing presenting, but I think I'm gonna mark it up more than anything. It's just because I have a gut feeling that we could see price come off this level. All right, so this is essentially a short squeeze. A lot of people just got liquidated, and it caused price to rally exponentially, and it just kind of had this massive impulse move to the upside. So looking at the excuse me, the 4-hour time frame, you can see price is starting to make this double top. Now, in the next 19 minutes, well, until 9 a.m. here, and the daily candle closes, also going to close this 4-hour candle. If we can get a close, I'm going to go to the 1 hour. You can see how price is trying to break these highs, but it can't. So I'm going to try find an entry using a lower time frame. And I'm going to try use the ASFX D1 entry or a D2 entry to kind of catch the reversal off this high point over here. Now, I usually say don't try and fight the trend, but in this case, I think it just makes sense. Once again, it's more like gambling at this point, since I don't know. You never know in trading what's going to happen, but obviously I have a set of probabilities, and I don't know the outcome, but over time I know what should happen. I even look at the RSI on the day, on the 12 hour. Way overextended. RSI on the daily, punching that 70 value. RSI on the 4 hour, look at that, way overextended. So Bitcoin looks like it might be a nice short. US oil is also down 1.4%. We're still in drawdown on oil, but I'm trusting my analysis. I'm trusting the levels, and I'm just gonna see how everything plays out. You can see how price tried to come back up to that $80 level, and we kind of rejecting off it now, which is nice to see. I said in one of my previous streams, I can't remember which one, about even handle numbers, psychological numbers that are round numbers. So if we can get a lot of sellers coming in at $80, it's also rejecting this trend line. We did break above the trend line here, but once again, let's see if it wants to use that trend line that was acting as resistance, broken, and let's see if it wants to use it now as support to make it move higher. Once again, my stop loss is above the previous highs, so my stop loss is pretty much protected up there. So let's just see what happens. Once again, guys, it's gonna be another short stream. I am gonna wait till 9 AM, so another 20 minutes, and wait for these candles to close. I'll watch me do my trade management, trail the stop loss and everything. Yes, we got tagged out of GU, guys. So finally got stopped out of GU. I'll show you that on MT4 for transparency. I think it was, yeah, so GU right there. We got, here we go, exit time. There we go. So we got tagged out for a 0.09% loss on the account on GU, which is perfectly fine. I will review this trade towards the end of the week, because essentially it was a counter trend move. I was trading towards the 50 EMA on the daily. L50 was in the buy zone. Lots of bullish signs that were conflicting my sells right here. So even though we're selling it at a level of structure that may have been broken, not all parameters lined up. So it was just one of those things where this could have been avoided. All right. So this will definitely be, you know, it's always a learning experience. Once I complete my testing, do I avoid these trades? Maybe. Do I take them and just let the probabilities play out? Maybe. I'm not sure yet. So we're just going to see what happens there. What else do we have? Euro USD. I'm just going to trail my stop. So what I am looking at on Euro USD, guys, is essentially price is trying to break these highs. We have price kind of approaching this 1.0880 level. I'm hoping we can use this previous level of resistance that got broken on the 4 hour and daily. So looking left, we had this cluster of price here, right? We used it, came up, tested it as resistance, 50 EMA, good selling opportunities in here with the A2 signals. As price made its move lower, we then started creating higher highs, breaking levels of structure looking left. And we also broke above this level, and hopefully we can use it as support, trail our stop below the daily 21, and just capture profits and let this ride. I'm not going to piece out any more of this trade since I already have. I've taken about 40% off. Yeah, so I took 20% off as we broke the highs, and I took another 20% off as well. How you going, Diego? So yeah, and then looking at GU, I'm going to keep this marked up because I am curious to see how this plays out. Was my stop loss too tight? Maybe should have had it up here. Maybe does the price just keep going up and continue this bullish bias? I don't know. So we're just going to see how this kind of plays out. Once again, USD CHF, where we kind of got tagged out the 21 EMA, it has kind of started pushing lower, but we do have this very strong support level at the bottom around 0.9200. If you look left, there's a lot of price action surrounding that level. If you go up to the weekly chart as well, you can see price has tested that level multiple times. Looking at this cluster of price all the way back from 2015, we tested it once, twice. Back in 2018, we tested it. Back in 2020, we tested it. finally broke below it, came back up, and then we saw sellers step in, but then price got back above it. So now that price is kind of trading above that level, that was such a strong support level. It's now acting as that support level again, with price majority trading primarily above that level. How did you get those signal dots to show up? So the signal dots you are seeing on the daily chart where I'm taking my entries is the ASFX A2 signal. So it is an indicator on TradingView. All right, so if you have watched my previous streams, these little dots, little arrows, they're sell and buy signals you see. The ASFX A2 strategy has been under development, I'm going to say, for over a year now. And if you go to indicators, indicators on TradingView, and you type in, you can go ASFX A2 entry, and it's the beta one from Ollie Wizard King. So you can get this community script from the ASFX A2. And if you want to learn more about it, I would highly recommend checking out the ASFX courses. I do talk a little bit about it on my live streams here, but if you want to find out more, check out ASFX TV. I think it's $44 a month, and you will find lots and lots of information. So Austin and the other traders here, they primarily trade the A2, mostly Austin, and he actually teaches everything about this strategy you're looking at here. The entries, why he's entering it. But even still, Diego, chuck the indicator on TradingView, go to whatever time frame you can consistently trade, and just back test a handful of them. Pick any pair you want. I would suggest maybe a major or even some of the indices, since they were designed for indices primarily, and just see how they play out over a period of time on any time frame, 5 minute, 1 hour, and just test it and see what you can kind of come up with. It's a very strong signal because it's based on dynamic support and resistance using the 21 EMA. So, when price, a lot of the ASFX systems are designed around the exponential moving averages, specifically the 50, 21, and the 8, which is what you see on my chart. So the A1 signal is using the 21, a rejection off the 21. The D1 is using rejections on lower time frames using the 50, and the D2 is using reversals with breaks of the 50. So very strong analysis and very strong signals that you can find in the market using those EMAs. So what do we got looking? So let's just go through the pairs again, guys, and we'll see if we got anything presenting. So NZD USD, nothing. USD CAD, once again, nothing there. USD JPY, just kind of breaking that level of support on the daily. Breaking that level on the daily, and continuing to make that downtrend. So yeah, and then USD CHF, once again, we got tagged out of this, so I'm not going to chase this now. If it wants to move lower, it can move lower. Like I said, it's got a strong support level down here. Maybe we'll catch the reversal. We'll just see. Euro GBP, nothing presenting, guys. Very slow market, being the US bank holiday and everything. So we are going to be another tight string. I think we will take a trade on Bitcoin, guys. Maybe we day trade it. I think we'll go down to an intraday trade trading time frame, and maybe we just put very small amount of risk on it. We'll put $50 on it and see what happens. So what I am looking at, actually, you know what? Let's do some analysis on Bitcoin, and I'll tell you why I'm pretty bearish still. With Bitcoin's price action recently, it's still in a bearish trend. So until we see more signs of bullish momentum or more buyers stepping in, it's foolish to just kind of anticipate the trends is officially, changing direction. So on the monthly chart, you still got this downtrend, and price is still trading underneath the monthly 50 EMA. If you jump down to the weekly time frame, same scenario where you got this massive downtrend happening, lots of support here being broken, used as resistance, price coming down, and using another support level down here around that kind of 1600 level. So 16,100, 16,000 flat. With the level I'm looking at on the weekly, it's this whole level of resistance looking left. So if I was to box this off, I'm going to use this candle since we spiked up and we had a strong rejection. And then as we moved down, we came back up to this level before this massive sell-off here. So if I was, we'll even grab the top wick here, right? And then we'll just grab that wick and then we'll move this left. So, and then we're going to jump down to the daily and you'll see what I'm looking at with that price action I have highlighted off. So from the weekly, once again, it's 1 week worth of price action. So when you kind of get like a whole candle's wick or a body, you're getting a lot of information in that candle and in that zone. So now if I come down to the daily, you can see how price rallied to that area and look at that massive selling momentum that came straight off it. So to anticipate it's going to happen again in a bearish trend makes sense. But you got to remember, it's Bitcoin, it's crypto, and sometimes it just totally does whatever it wants to do. It is so heavily impacted by so many variables that you just got to run off probabilities. And what I'm doing now is I'm not running off probabilities. I'm just running off theories, technicals, market dynamics, and how people would anticipate the market to move based on what's happening when they're looking at a chart. So it's just selling resistance, buying support type of thing. But what I'm doing is I'm using all these other type of parameters to kind of build a case and add a bit more probabilities onto my side. All right. And the reason I'm still bearish is because the theories in market trends and how a market should trend and what violates a trend, bullish or bearish trend, is if price makes a move down, and we're going to use a bearish trend for this example, okay? As we use levels of support and resistance, okay, so as price creates levels like this, when price breaks a level of support, it then, not always, it doesn't have to happen, but the probabilities and market dynamics usually state that these zones act like magnets, and in a strong healthy trend, your broken support will then act as resistance, okay? Because sellers are now in control in this case. So the theory being, your trend isn't broken until this level is violated, okay? So what I'm looking for a trend to be violated is price can do this, okay? And it can still be a healthy downtrend, okay? What would need to violate this overall trend would be if price breaks above this level with a candle, it will then should act, doesn't have to, as this level being resistance broken, acting as support. And now that would confirm that this bearish trend has indeed been broken. So when I take you guys down to the current analysis on Bitcoin, you will see that the bearish trend on the daily time frame, when you got this massive move to the downside, you got this pullback. I'll draw the breaks of support so you guys can understand what I mean. So we had the lowest low, which is your lower low. All of these wicks to that level are not breaks of structure. A break of structure based on my rules and how I test it is when a candle closes below that level. So this candle here, this bearish one here on the daily, closed below that level with a candle closed, not a wick. All right. But for demonstration and educational purposes, let's just say that's the level and that's your break of support. So as you have this downtrend occurring, price has in fact not broken above your previous level of resistance up here, which is this level right there. Okay, so looking at the level here, it's a good selling opportunity to get involved in the market. But the overall trend and where I would want to place my stop loss if I was taking a trade like this, let's say we entered here on the candle close, stop loss would need to be up here, aiming for targets down here. So you can easily get 1-to-1 if you had a stop loss placement above the highs looking left. That is going to be the safest point for your stop loss. It's the path of most resistance because we've got to break above this level. We're going to break above this level. And most importantly, we have to break above this level. The price has a long way to go. Another thing with Bitcoin as well, when it sells hard, all right? And same thing when it rallies. When it wants to rally, it can definitely, you can see some really explosive moves to the upside or downside. So we could easily see this thing rally off the edge of the earth right here and continue back down to that, 1700 level, 1600 level. I think if I'm gonna approach this with a day trading mindset, jumping down to the 15-minute chart, you can see I can easily get a tighter stop loss. So with a tighter stop loss, what that would look like, you can see price is already starting to make lower lows on the 15-minute, and it's kind of creating equal highs at the top here. I would need price to kind of break below this low on the lower time frame to kind of give me any kind of sense of sellers stepping in. So if I was to set a pending order, which I might do, I would then put my stop loss above the high here. Okay, so let's just call it, let's look at a price level where we can kind of determine. So obviously Bitcoin, the highest point Bitcoin has made it to is 21,450. If we put our stop loss at 21,500, and then we'll go $25,525. That is just using quarters theory, putting it above the highs there. And if we were to look at that low, you can see we get from a 1R trade, we can get a 5R trade down to the lows. And that's with a pending order, not a at market order. So this is a good thing about day trading. Obviously, you can get much better risk to reward scenarios by looking at lower time frames, because your stop loss isn't just kind of crazy. But that's kind of how I'm seeing Bitcoin. I don't think we've seen a reversal just yet. I still think the bottom hasn't been set. I feel like we can see this go lower. Once again, fundamentals is another reason we're seeing this kind of climb higher. But yeah, I think with this overall rejection to this level, with this impulsive move, with the oversold RSI on the daily, we could see a nice move. This double top forming. The market closes in 4 minutes. This is a nice pin bar to that level. I think I'm gonna put an order in here, guys. I'm gonna put. There we go. So this is a nice candle close on the 1 hour as well. So we've got 10 seconds left on this one. And what we'll do is we'll grab, I wonder if I have my 8-cap broker on here. Because these are both, that's Binance, that's Owanda. We'll do this one. That's my entry price. I'm gonna get my magic keys and I'll show you guys how I use a pending order as well. So let's get Bitcoin. I have a Bitcoin chart open. All right, I don't think I do. So let's have a look. Symbols. And we got indexes and crypto. Now we just find BTC, USD. All right, cool. So there we go. We got a Bitcoin chart, new chart window. All right. Now with Bitcoin, I'm not sure if the broker's actually open with crypto using ACAP, but we'll soon find out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the open calculator button. Hopefully my magic keys is responsive today. very laggy. There we go. So what are we going to do? As you can see, we have take profit and stop loss level. When we hit the market pending button on Magic Keys, it brings up a new, excuse me, it will bring up a new kind of parameter, which is like a yellow or orange line. I'm like slapping my Magic Keys right now. Yeah, it's so unresponsive. It's ridiculous. But I think that's a broker thing. All right, we'll come back to that in a minute. And our stop loss is going to be up here as well. So we're not going to get triggered into this trade until price comes down here. With the other trades that we are in on Euro USD, GU, and all that, coming back to the daily, we're just gonna trail our stops just below that 21 EMA. So whatever's happening with my Magic Keys right now, digital version I found to be a lot better. If you have a hard version, pretty much show you. Yeah, I do have the digital. Hang on. 1 second. Let me go to my emails and get my key. I do have a digital version. I did find it to be a lot better. Where is it? On-screen license. There it is. All right. Let me copy that. You paste that in here. All right. There you guys go. All right. So now let's use the digital version. So, how much more responsive is that? It must be with the USB dongle thing that goes into my computer. That's probably lagging a bit. But other than that, this is the exact same thing as the physical version, just digital. So now what we can do on Bitcoin is we can hit market pending. Make this bigger so you guys can see it. And it brings up an orange line here. And our pending order that we had, so our entry price is at this is not Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. So our entry price is going to be that. Going back over to 8 cap, we can then get the market horizontal line, paste it in there, and then we can get our stop loss that we have, which is all the way up there at 2100. Go back to our broker and paste our stop loss in there. All right, and then our take profit, we'll just move it all the way down here. And then obviously input risk, we're going to put 0.2. Actually, we'll put 0.1 on this trade because I'm comfortable losing that. So that's a $100 loss. And we will open the trade. And that will set a pending order for us. You can see that at the bottom there on the MT4, sell stop, 0.11 position on Bitcoin. And that will be triggered once price hits that level. With all the other trades that we're in with GN, I'm not going to do any trade management to GN. We're just going to let that go. Let that go for now. NZD JPY, we can move our stop loss a little bit more into profit there. 80 JPY, same thing. Trail that stop a bit lower. I should probably create an EA that does this automatically, but I don't mind doing it manually. It's not that bad. Euro USD, and then US oil will just leave for now. And that is all the trade management done. That is our Bitcoin trade that will hopefully get triggered into. What I'll do, guys, is I'll set an alert at that trend line. BTC. Order filled. done. So I'll get an alert on my phone once price hits that level and our order gets filled. And other than that, that is everything. I don't like fighting the trend. So this is just pure technicals on Bitcoin right now. I like the level. I'm bearish overall. I don't have kind of any bullish bias besides this kind of short squeeze that's happened here. I can just imagine a lot of traders trading Bitcoin since it has become an asset that people do trade to make money off, not so much to invest currently long term. So I can see a lot of people that were buying from here starting to take profits, which means the buyers will become sellers and potentially dropping price. So let's just see what happens. But yeah, so we're not going to get triggered until we are further down. I will delete this though, and I'll make this a lot bigger. Alright, cool. So we can see that on the daily now. So that's our position we have. And there we go. So let's see how things work out across everything. Futures market, once again, it was a US bank holiday. So not much activity in the overall market overnight for me, and not much to go over. So once the futures market's open on oil, this will be interesting to see what happens here. And also with everything else. A bit of a shorter stream today, guys. Kind of covered everything. So once again, I won't be streaming tomorrow since I'll be out for the wife's birthday. And I'll probably stream a bit later since I am staying out in Sydney. So I'll be streaming a bit later on Thursday to kind of catch up on all the news that plays out over Wednesday and Thursday morning. So yeah, once again, appreciate all of you coming on. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you guys all on Thursday. Great live. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for checking it out. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you are. And I'll see you all on Thursday. Until then, take care. See you guys.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up.